believe that we've watched the best basketball game since like 2018 finals game one, potentially. I don't know. There's been a lot of really good games since then, but game one of Spurs-OKC was an absolute blast. Game two ended up being pretty good there towards the end a little bit. And then game one of the Knicks and Cavs series was also spectacular. It's been a hell of a week of basketball. We're recording this on Thursday, May 21st at 2:16 p.m. So we haven't watched game two of Knicks-Cavs, but we're going to get into everything conference finals today on the Apollo NBA show. I'm your host, Don Strankman, joined always by Drew Preedy and Sheldon North. How we doing, boys?
Great. Fantastic. Lovely to be here. I cannot wait to see if the Cavs absolutely collapse in game two as well.
Speaking of collapse, my chess elo had plummeted by like 100 points.
And I've got for like 4 hours last night when no one gave you movie recommendations on Twitter.
Actually, I got 3 recommendations.
I saw it like right as you tweeted that, and I was just making a joke.
Oh, because I didn't get immediate responses. Okay.
No, I don't get immediate responses either.
Okay, social media guy. I tweet for a living. That's a phrase you said. I'm not weaponizing that against you.
You tweet for a living.
No, I watched Attack on Titan. I watched 8 episodes. It's the first time I've ever watched it.
Discord. Sure.
Yeah. No, but I recovered like 88 points of that 100 that I lost in the past 2 days. So
nice.
Very nice.
On the way up.
You think Wemby went home after game 1 and 2 and played chess?
Maybe.
Did you see the Monk story? Did you see the new Monk story that just came out? With Wemby?
No. About
hang out with the challenge. Yeah, dribbling the basketball up
that mountain.
Oh, yes.
And he did it in like a quarter of the time what a normal human would do because his legs are the size of me.
Makes sense. Yeah. It takes 5 steps for me to do one of his steps. Yeah.
Yeah. The legend grows. But what can you do? I don't know.
I start with game 1. I just found Wemby's chess.com profile.
Is he good?
Wait, actually, I don't know if this is it. It says, check out my YouTube channel, quote, Victor Wembanyama, quote. That feels like that's probably fake.
No, that's definitely his.
I mean, he's 1100, so it's like it's not nobody.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I don't even know what numbers are supposed to mean at this
That's
point.
pretty good. That means you're
Magnus.
You're pretty good for a normal person.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? Magnus
Carlson. He's a psycho, man. He's crazy.
I think grandmasters are what, like 2,400 something like that. Like,
I don't know if it's quite that high, but it's definitely over 2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, you asked us an actual question.
Yeah, game 1 was it the best game that we've seen since 2018 game 1 of the finals?
I don't know.
Maybe
in the playoffs.
Probably. Just the best playoff game since then, I think.
Because like
and there's been a lot of incredible, really good ones, but that one was just.
I think the Wolves coming back from 20 down
in game 7 against the Nuggets
is one of the first one that comes to my mind, where it's just like Jokic has just won his 3rd MVP. They're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they're supposed to win that game, and the Wolves come storming back. And it's going crazy. That's the first one that comes into my mind that I remember being like really. Obviously, like with the COVID games, there's like 2 years there where it's just like none of those even exist.
No, yeah.
So yeah, it really might be the 2018.
Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray dropping 50 on each other just doesn't exist to you. That doesn't count.
No, I haven't thought about that.
It was fun. It would be more fun if there was a crowd there and not people in the background on like weird screens and boxes.
Dude, it's
silent reactions.
It's like freaking Wally. Just playing basketball and
it's a weird. Yeah, I don't like it.
All of our kids are gonna be like, "What was this?" Like they're gonna get on YouTube and be like, "Let's watch the 2020 finals. LeBron's 4th finals MVPs." And
my dad keeps talking about this LeBron guy. Let's look at his most recent finals win.
What was? Is that Lil Wayne on a screen trying to high five somebody through another screen? What are we doing here?
Yeah. How much did these people pay for this?
Yeah. The other game that came to mind was Philly-Toronto, the Kawhi shot game, because that was a really good game as well, and with a crazy ending. I don't know.
Crazy ending.
But Spurs win 122, OKC 115, double overtime. I thought the end of regulation, the Spurs should have won it. I thought the end of first overtime, OKC should have won it. And then the end of double OT, obviously the Spurs kind of ran away with it the last few minutes. Wemby, 41 and 24, youngest player since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was then Lou Alcindor at 22 years and some change to have a 40-20 playoff game. Wemby hit a three that we haven't seen in that spot since Steph Curry did in 2016 when I was in Drew's apartment when we were drinking quite heavily and watched that game.
Not in that moment.
No.
I mean, we've seen that three.
Yeah, but just like that
magnitude.
Caliber.
With the stakes like that.
With the stakes and that type of three, which was absolutely insane that it was a fast break and they had, I think, a 3-on-2 like opportunity. Like it wasn't, they had the advantage and he just pulled up from 40 feet. And then SGA had 24 points in 51 minutes. Those were the things that stood out to me in that game just right off the rip. But the game itself was just spectacular in every way, shape, or form. Like it was just a blast to watch that game. I had a lot of fun. Yeah,
it was. I mean, at least from what I was watching, it felt like San Antonio was in control the entire game. And then OKC starts inching back to Caruso's best effort. San Antonio was in control the entire game.
Bajillion threes from Caruso.
Yeah, just insane. And then I was like, at the end, I was like, OKC's about to steal this game. That's crazy. Which is funny because they were in their home court, but it's like they're about to be outplayed the entire game and then win. So I guess the basketball gods won, but in a way,
we won as fans.
Incredible,
right? I mean,
yeah, I think so. I mean, my personal fandom isn't crazy about it, but me just sitting back and marveling is fun. Also, this is inside baseball, but Josh in the group text telling me to set aside my Spurs hatred for a moment. It's like, no, not my mom. Sure won't.
Yeah. No, that was the most conflicting thing of the game was to like the back and forth. And it was like, oh, yes. And then I'm like, actually, no, I hate that this happened. And then the opposite would happen. And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, no, I hate that this. It was just a
you must have been in a blender
because in the middle of the game, I said I'm rooting for Jared McCain's happiness. And by the end of like the fourth quarter, I was like, fuck OKC. But then the middle of first OT, I was like, fuck the Spurs. Like, it's just like the weirdest thing. But I was able to watch that game quite objectively and have fun watching it, which was a good experience. Skip's in a blender because he did Sheldon tweet. Was it your tweet when you quote tweeted him?
The one where I said he should do a bit where he just tweets like he's rooting for both teams.
Like it does the same thing both ways. Yeah. Game one was spectacular. I'll be thinking about that one for a while. I hope we get another one like that.
It was pretty sick. I have a friend who I talk to like weekly about whether or not the NBA is watchable, and he hasn't watched it in years. So he texted me in a group text, and he was like, "I've been working with the game on in the background because I'm in a hotel. I just put something on, and I've just locked in for the last like 5 minutes of regulation. This might get me back."
Nice.
I was like,
"This
is the perfect night for you." I was like. Never mind. I was joking that he's like, what are the odds that I watched the only watchable basketball game of the entire season?
It's not true. No. People forget the NBA Cup.
No. I obviously think that's not true, but I'm just imagining the person who's like the NBA denier tuning in and just being like, oh, that's probably the only good game all year.
Yeah. There's been a lot of hockey fans that are just shitting on the NBA right now during the playoffs. And they're like, imagine watching this over an NHL playoff game when there was not an NHL playoff game at like the same time, which was really funny. When they're tweeting this, like the Montreal game had ended in game 7 overtime. I had both games up on dual screen. It was very fun. But then as this one just kept going into later in the fourth quarter, there was no more hockey on. And people were just like, imagine watching this over NHL playoffs. And I love the NHL playoffs.
I saw
can't tweet that out when there's no game going on.
NHL doing that is like, you guys wish you were watching the sport that we're watching. For anyone who's just listening, I'm doing a great visual gag where I'm pointing up like my little brother is yelling at me.
And I saw NHL playoffs objectively is the best playoffs, just like bar none. But
they are exciting. They're
exciting. It's the best. It's best in person.
There's nothing like a 1-0 baseball game in like the bottom of the 7th inning with the heart of the lineup coming up though. That's a different kind of intensity.
I've been to 2 World Series games, and an NHL round 1 playoff game is a better atmosphere and a better experience.
Well, you've been to 2 playoff games at Minute Maid Park, so it doesn't count.
No, I went to Truist in Atlanta. Game 3, first World Series game since 1996 or 7 or something.
That's probably pretty cool.
Didn't your team lose that
game?
They did, and I was taking in the environment with my grandfather, who is a Braves fan. Like I had a great fucking time. still sick. I mean, there was only 3 hits in the whole fucking game, basically, and 2 of them
Was that the 2 solo home runs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a boring rainy. It
Luis
was cold and
Garcia.
rainy and everything. But yeah, 2 World Series games, and I would choose NHL round 1 playoffs.
That's fair enough. I'm sure it's more consistently entertaining.
Yes.
I saw someone say, yeah, no other sport can match this. Fine, whatever. I'm not acknowledging that, whether or not that's true or not. And someone quoted it as like, if Jets Titans was on right now, what we would all be watching. I was like, brother, if you are watching Jets and the Titans instead of the best player in the NBA and the guy who will be very soon, it's time to check into like an inpatient program.
Yeah.
The problem is that he's right.
Get some help.
Several million more people would be watching the NFL. No. If that was the only NFL game on at the exact same time, I guarantee you that it has more viewers than the NBA playoffs.
I don't think so. Than that one specific game, I don't think so. The Jets and the Titans.
If it's a Thursday night game or a Monday night football game or whatever, yeah, like they're watching that over NBA playoffs.
Maybe. You might be right.
Yeah, by a few million at least.
MAGA has too strong a hold on this country.
Shout out football. Anything else on game 1?
We
like not even talks about it. It's just me and Shelly yelling at each other.
No, but I think we're like kind of agreeing.
We should probably jump to like the game 2, I guess, like I don't know, matchups that the Thunders threw out, right? Because Hartenstein played 12 minutes in game 1. We thought maybe he wasn't going to be playing at all in the series after that, right?
Chet was kind of meh.
Chet was meh, but in game 2, Hartenstein 27 minutes, yanking on Wemby, pulling a little bit of Castle's hair a little bit.
That was
dirty,
crazy.
is it? I don't know.
I mean, even the NFL.
Did you think that was dirty?
Hair.
Like how
the NFL doesn't let you pull hair to bring people down if you have dreadlocks or long hair. Like that's it's a 15-yard penalty now.
Is it?
Yeah, they started it in 2003, 2004 with Ricky Williams when he kept getting pulled down and dreadlocks were getting yanked out. They made that a penalty.
I definitely thought it was the opposite, which
so
is
maybe
dumb,
they've taken that away. But
what am I supposed to grab?
But I remember them making that a penalty because it was the Ricky Williams rule when I was growing up.
I have only seen the slow-mo of this play. Yeah, so I feel like I can't really judge.
Yeah.
It looks like he's swiping down and his hand just catches his head, but
which would still
that's what
I'm like, what's his hand doing there? I don't know.
It's swiping down. I feel like there's a moment where he could probably kind of take it away and he kind of just keeps going, but I don't think he's not gonna get fined or anything like that. So
no. Shouldn't have all that hair. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, that too. But like wearing down Wemby, like that was a pretty big deal. I think the double overtime game was a huge factor as well. Like Wemby averaged 29 minutes per game in the regular season and had like basically 50 in the first game. So I think that added into his like fatigue factor in game 2, as well as Hartenstein kind of just being able to body him up the entire game and just instead of Caruso or J-Dub or another small guard where they can just throw it into him on the post and he can kind of just turn in for a dunk or a little layup. It's just a few extra feet away from the basket they used to work harder for. So that was a nice change up by Dagnall.
I do love that OKC fans were chanting "refs, you suck" when Hartenstein is literally inside of Victor Wembanyama's jersey, which has happened like the last several years. Whoever, like Minnesota versus Denver, like all the teams are doing it, but you can't chant that when that's going on at the same time.
But also, the fans aren't the ones committing the foul, so they can chant whatever they want. But Wemby's like, it's not the same because they're intentionally trying to rough him up. Yeah. He's being just as physical.
Yeah.
Like on the other end, he's like holding people down. He's putting his arm over them for rebounds and stuff like that. Like he is like pushing the envelope on the rules as well. So it's like people like that like it's one-sided, and maybe it is tilted, but it's not one-sided.
Yeah. No, I think I enjoyed this version of basketball more than I enjoyed the regular season when they call everything.
No, for sure.
Like I would rather them be more physical and less foul calls and all that kind of stuff. But the game didn't come down to that in the end. No. Like Stephon Kessel has 20 turnovers in 2 games. He's averaging 10 turnovers a game. Incredible. He had 11 in game 1, which had an extra 10 minutes, obviously going to OT. And then 9 in game 2. De'Aaron Fox hasn't played in this series, and then Dylan Harper left before the second half started, and then tried to come back, or right after the second half started, and tried to come back, and then allegedly a FanDuel worker pushed him back into the locker room. That's the rumor that's going around right now.
No,
Because then they immediately
Like the mob.
publish. Yeah, but then FanDuel immediately puts out a tweet and saying like, "Hey, if you had insurance on this bet, you get your money back on it or whatever." Like
they do that anyways, regardless of.
Yeah,
that's
it was weird that Harper was able to come all the way out of the locker room and like out of the tunnel essentially before being turned back. Like the doctors wouldn't let him get out of the tunnel if he wasn't allowed back. I think is.
I
So
mean, I
thought
was
that
watching the game. It was a Spurs assistant, like, is pushing him back. It's not a fan. That's crazy.
That's the rumor that's going around. And then Carter Bryant using the bathroom in the 100 level.
Incredible. Good for him.
Was pretty funny.
That's some intern stuff right there.
That's the Derrick Rose when he was with Minnesota in the purple jerseys, like in the warm-ups and everything. He's the 100 level in the restroom.
For Castles, you just noted the caveat that 11 turnovers, 2 overtimes.
Yeah,
9 of those came in regulation.
Oh, okay. So he cut it down in the overtimes.
Yeah, that's right. He lowered his average actually.
But then that's to point out like the weaknesses in Castle's game 1 and 2, to point out that there's no De'Aaron Fox there, and then Harper leaving in game 2. Like all of the ball handling pressure was put on him. All of the responsibilities were put on him as opposed to being shared without an all-star / all-NBA type of guard with De'Aaron Fox and potential all-NBA guy with Dylan Harper leaving after a half. Like that puts a lot more pressure on Castle. So like him having that many turnovers is just fucking crazy in the first place, but there is a reason why it looks like that.
He's kind of a turnover machine anyway. He'll probably
his
grow
ball
out
handling's
of it.
not great. Yeah.
He'll grow out of it to an extent. Well, he tries really risky passes, and
the passes are risky.
He like over anticipates. There were like a couple cuts that he thought guys were going to make, and he was like way too early or way too late and stuff like that. So he's just trying. He's just trying stuff. He'll grow out of it. He'll figure it out. But the turnovers are a problem for him anyway. But I think what you're saying just exacerbates it. Yeah.
Yeah. Without those guards, because that's what made game 1 incredible. It was like Harper was crazy, Castle was crazy, and they had multiple guards. And then when Harper leaves, and you still don't have Fox, which whenever he comes back, I'm very curious to see if they can just go 3-guard lineup with Wemby as a tall guy. Like I don't know, I'm intrigued if Fox even comes back this series. Like I don't even know, did he die? And I don't know what happened to him.
It's a high ankle sprain, sprain, and
those are pretty bad.
Yeah,
he might not be
you
back
out
this
for a
series
while.
then. Yeah,
so
that's tough.
And it's like the Spurs maybe can win with 2 of those 3 guards.
Yeah.
But they definitely can't win with just Castle. Like they can win with a combination of Castle, Fox, Castle, Harper, I think. Maybe. Yeah. But with just Castle, like I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's not enough. And Castle's been like that dunk from Castle last night.
That was sick.
Watching it in real time was fucking crazy. And it was my entire timeline for 15 straight minutes afterwards. I just kept scrolling. I was like, there's more tweets I'm going to keep watching. I've watched it 100 times, I think. It's incredible.
It was a legit like 2K poster.
It's like, disgusting. Like
outside of the restricted area over him. Yeah.
When the contact happens, it feels like he goes up even more.
Yeah.
I love those posters where it just looks like the guy just like is levitating up into the air. It's so cool. Like you're like, oh, he's about to stop moving, and then it just goes like an extra foot.
Yeah,
that's why I'm pissed that I never got to watch Michael Jordan like in real time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of those probably would have
been. They always talk about him jumping, and I'm like, man, that sounds cool. Spud Webb dunk
I think
contest,
you can watch old games.
Well, yeah, you can, but it's like I'm not watching it in real time. You know,
yeah.
The game last night, watching the Castle dunk. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, for real.
Anything else on this series before Game 3 on Saturday? Right, they're playing every other day into oblivion, I believe.
I think Shea
or tomorrow, Friday.
We'll talk Shea a sec, right? I mean,
yeah,
game 1. He had a pretty awesome start to the playoffs, right? He was putting up like 30 and 40 against the Suns, like tearing them apart. Had a worse series against the Lakers. Started to kind of lose his shot a little bit. Was not as efficient as we're used to him being. And then game 1, it's kind of the same thing, right? Not really his MVP self. But another adjustment that I was noticing and that Jamal Crawford said on broadcast was they, instead of having him just bring the ball up the court and all 5 guys are zoning in on him top of the key, watching his every move, they're doing this thing called like the Iverson cut, or like Chicago cut, basically off AI, where he's just rolling off screens on the side of the key instead of, having the ball in his hands. He's kind of like Stephish a little bit, where he's roaming more. And that way he's not fighting to get to his spot. He's literally getting the pass already at that key, right on that block where he already likes it, that little midi. I think that's why he was way more efficient in this game. Conserves way more energy for him, obviously, not having to work and cross up Castle or Body Harper. Like, those guys are just bigger than him anyways. So to be able to just come off these screens, these curls, and not have to fight as much, a lot more legs. So yeah, I think that's a pretty big adjustment they made. I don't know what the Spurs are going to do to combat that, but
well, and that's probably something that AJ Mitchell taking his little mini leap really helps with this season compared to last season, making that adjustment, having another very reliable ball handler.
Yeah, especially with J-Dub out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then he leaves middle of game or like early game 2, right?
Yeah, game
first quarter, I think.
Yeah, and then had the ice pack on his hamstring, but he had like a grade 1 hamstring strain, I believe, or something like that. And I think Lucas was like a grade 2, and everyone was still yelling at him to come back and play in the playoffs. And I'm just like, yeah, if you come back too early from a hamstring injury, it's just not good. It doesn't usually go well for almost anyone that has a hamstring injury if you come back too early. And I don't know if Jalen Williams came back too early or if he just re-aggravated it or whatever it is, but like hamstrings are so finicky and they connect every portion of your body from like the top of your head all the way down to your Achilles. Like everything is connected through your hamstring. Kind of fucking matters.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks too, because I genuinely think he was like their second best player last year. Like, I think he was better than Shaq. I think he was better. He was like almost as good as Shea. Like, there was some talk about like Finals MVP, but he was really good last year. Yeah. He's been out really this whole season. I think we talked about it like 30 games, something like that, regular season. So it's been banged up. It sucks that you want to see both these teams as healthy as possible at their full potential. You don't want to hear like, oh, well, they only won because our guy was hurt. Like, that sucks. You never want that caveat, that asterisk next to a series or a win or whatever like that. So I don't know. Hopefully these guys can all get back on the court.
Did you see OKC fans tweeting last night that the Spurs have a Mickey Mouse run to the finals because of all the injuries that they've had in each series? And the first one obviously was Portland, and it was Damian Lillard, who we knew was not going to play and wasn't even on the team. And then they're putting J-Dub and like some guy, like the 15th guy on the bench of OKC. And then Ant obviously was in round 2. But like this happens every year. Every champion goes through the ringer of someone that is more injured. Like it's
just part of it.
Partially luck. Like
OKC last year, literally in the finals.
Aaron Gordon. Tyrese Haliburton.
Yeah, and they had their run last year, but they had no injuries. Part of winning an NBA championship is being healthier than the other team, essentially. And
you need some luck.
Not that the Spurs are healthier than the OKC. Like the Spurs are missing their second best player right now, like in De'Aaron Fox, and arguably their second best or third best, whatever. I don't know. Depends on the night. Yeah, but depends on the night. And J-Dub this season, obviously not the second best player on the OKC. Like Chet's been the second best player, and Chet hasn't been very good, but in this series. But it's all part of the injury luck thing you got to have to win an NBA championship. Anything else before this is going to come out today as you're listening to this Friday before Game 3?
I think the bench is going to be the key factor in who wins this series. Not really like a super hot take, but especially with Harper and Fox, it's like, all right, now you have, sixth man of the year, Keldon Johnson, but he's had a pretty bad playoffs in general. Like, he hasn't really played well against the Blazers or Wolves. Yeah. They had to play Cornette only 10 minutes last night because he was a minus 10 and 10.
Some were saying he's really hurt and he's just playing through it.
Allegedly. What's the injury?
I have no idea.
Pride.
Okay. Jordan McLaughlin, talk about like a small guard. Like, the deeper you get into the playoffs, like those guys start to get picked on pretty easily. And it gets this Thunder defense. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, and then the Thunder, their superpower, or at least one of them, is like their bench, right? Where it's just like, especially you got McCain now. You got McCain, Caruso, 8 threes in the first game, 3 out of 4 in the second game. Case and Wallace just plug and play. Started the second half for J-Dub. AJ Mitchell was in contention for sixth man of the year. So I don't know. It's just like I think over time, if this becomes like a 6-7 game series, I think that's might end up being like the ultimate factor. And don't do that.
Don't do what?
Oh, you know. Well,
I didn't do it. For those listening,
Right.
Stone just did a great visual gag where
That
he
was
imitated an
sick.
11-year-old from 8 months ago.
I hated it for so long because they would do it at the Stars games and put all the kids on the Jumbotron and just like it kept encouraging it. And now I'm to the point where I'm just like, I'm going to do it ironically.
ingrained.
Well, I think it's dead. I was informed by a 13-year-old that it's out.
Oh, so now it's in for us.
But the
so
reason
we can do
it's-
it to mess with
Well,
the
I was
kid.
about to say that's why it's dead because
Yeah,
all the
no, that's
adults
fair.
started doing it.
That was me with the dab, honestly. I to this day, I still
we dabbed the
occasionally
hell
will
out
just-
of it.
Oh, dude, I still
Little
dab just because I
slow
think
dab.
it's so cringeworthy. That's
know.
funny.
Shout out Matt Gonzalez, Drew.
I'll just-
I know,
dab it
dude.
up.
Every time I sneeze, actually, a guy stole it from a friend. But every time I sneeze, you know, you're supposed to like sneeze into your elbow. I just
Funny.
You just dab.
I just hit like a little, and everyone just looks at me like, "Oh my god,
Man, Cam Newton made the dab so fucking cool too.
Dude,
Honestly, that's got to be one of the like coolest single seasons any athlete's ever had.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
What a season. And then he just got shat on in the Super Bowl.
Or I guess really the dab was before that. No, he was doing the Superman thing before that.
Yeah. And then 15, 16 was the dab one time.
So cool. I miss him.
Shout out Harrison Barnes for getting a foul called on him when he didn't touch a guy. That was fun.
Someone said, yeah, there's a lot of talk today about Shea foul baiting. I don't know if you guys have heard about this thing.
Unfamiliar.
I saw there's a video that's out there that's like Shea. Oh, what is it? Every video or every shot he flops or falls or something like that. And it's every single one of his shots from last night's game. And two of them, I don't know. It's just so annoying to me because some of them is like he's just falling to the ground because the awkward angle he pulled up from,
Right.
or because someone's like right under him, and so it's easier to fall than it is to like, you know, firm up your legs and try and plant. But I don't know. It's just like such normal things that happen. But whenever you already have this narrative in your head, you're just like looking for everything.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
If that narrative wasn't there, no one would be talking about
Yeah,
it.
and it's both. It's like there's enough truth to it
Mhm.
that it validates your
Yeah.
your confirmation bias.
See, there,
That was a real one.
Just dabbed it.
Ladies and
All right.
gentlemen, we might be recording
We've
with the
got him.
coolest person in Virginia.
Drew, you had a hypothetical for
We got
Sheldon.
him. I can't believe you just said that.
Drew has a hypothetical. He hasn't told us what the hypothetical is, and he has it here for Sheldon. As
is.
Sheldon here is here just dying of laughter because of the thing I said 45 seconds ago. Drew, hit us with the hypothetical while Shelly just tries and attempts to
All right,
compose himself.
quickly before we get to the Knicks-Cavs, and it is
Yep.
related to the Spurs because it is Castle.
Uh,
Shelly, do you want to talk about the Reed Castle, and then I'll put out my hypothetical?
do I want to talk about the Reed Castle? No, I will not be baited.
Well, I don't want to assume what you're thinking, but I will say your tweet did say Castle is better right now.
Yeah.
We'll see, and I think we will see Castle getting all NBA teams, and we'll see Reed Shepard
Oh, okay. I
never
don't know
even
about
making
that.
never making an All-Star team. Like I think we
I don't
know at
know.
this point.
I don't know if we can guarantee Castle is going to make an All NBA team. You think he's going to be one of the 15 best players in the NBA regularly?
I think he's gonna make. I think he'll make for sure. I do.
Oh boy.
For sure.
Reed's
feels
almost
crazy.
22. You basically cap out at 22 if you weren't good before then. if you're not good by 22, you're just like really not. You're never gonna be good.
All right. How about
Yeah.
All-Star? How about All-Star? Castle All-Star. That's pretty
That's
plausible.
totally
I think, at this
fair.
point. And I just don't think
I'm trying to
So-
figure out what I said.
that's the hypothetical. Here's the hypothetical because
Give it to
it's
me.
not going to be Reed versus Shepard because I think Reed versus Shepard, Reed versus Castle. Would you rather have Ja Morant or Reed Shepard on your team for the next 5 years?
The next 5 years?
Yeah.
I don't
How
like
many
either
games a
option.
year? Yeah. it's
That's
gonna
not. That's just you get to. That's you have to
You
think.
live
Of it.
and die with it.
Probably Reed. Yeah, just live with the devil I know.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's funny because like I would absolutely take Ja, but I think it's
the Grizzlies fan would take Ja Morant.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's funny where it's like I see your point about how you're like not going to quit on Reed. Like I understand it because I'm not quitting on Ja, but from an outside perspective, I think Castle has a clear higher trajectory.
Yeah, and just to clarify, my original tweet said, do you like Castle more? Fine. He's better right now. Just stop lying about Reed. Because I was talking about how in these comparisons that are happening right now are all about Reed's worst moments. Not the fact that he has the tools to be one of the best shooters in the NBA. Had generational college shooting performance. And that he is a way more dynamic and creative facilitator than Castle. I think he does not make the same mistakes when he is like passing the ball. I'm saying he has a lot of stuff he needs to clean up. I texted you guys this. I honestly think if you flip the situation, Castle is a better like day one impact. I think the Spurs figure out how to use this just like super intelligent basketball like player with a great shooting stroke. I don't think they're struggling to figure out how to use him as much as Ime Udoka is.
Your life is a lot easier with Wemby, 100%. 100%.
Yes, Castle can be the third or fourth best player on that team and run in his lane. And then Josh made a great point, again, inside baseball in the group text, that they just let him mess up.
Who's Josh?
I haven't seen him in ages. That's mean.
Haven't seen him in ages.
That's not.
He's being held captive by Harris County.
Josh, blink twice if you're.
Yeah, are you free Friday? It's getting close. It's getting close.
So it's like if you had like gun to my head, I have to pick one to be on my team right now. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Castle,
right?
Because like we know more about what he is.
But for the next 5 years, are you? I mean,
I don't know. The next 5 years, my team is in a position where it's like, just give me the player that's ready to go. Like,
yeah.
So yes, but I don't think that
you think the gap is as big as it really is.
What's that?
You don't think the gap is as big as people are making it out to be?
I don't think it is, and I think the reason is because over the next like year, now that Reed has one actual NBA season under his belt, the gap could shrink tremendously. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be totally wrong, and that'll be fine.
Yeah.
I won't be that upset about it. I just think when teams take a gamble on a player that they're like, this is a very smart player who's a good shooter, I'll take that gamble 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. I just wonder if the size is eventually just gonna win the battle. You know?
Yeah. Well, honestly, if they can figure it out to where he's the only defensive issue on the floor, that might solve a lot of problems.
I agree.
We'll see.
Stone, thoughts?
Fuck. It doesn't matter to me.
No.
Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Ja
or
Castle? I know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, Ja
totally
or
fair.
Reed Shepard. Yeah. Like, if I'm the Rockets, is that the scenario?
The scenario is if you are
my
GM.
team?
If you're a GM and you have to have one of these guys on your team,
can I have neither? Like,
wow, that's disrespectful.
Well, the thing for Ja is just
I would rather have Reed because he's on a rookie contract. That is basically it.
Okay,
and probably will play significantly more games than Ja because he's on a rookie contract and he's younger. And like maybe I can figure out a place for him. And if I can't, then like I don't have to keep him after year 5. Like,
right,
which is in what 2 years, 3 years? Like,
yeah.
3 years of $35 to $45 million of Ja. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm good. I know I'm not going to play more than 20 games, 30, 40 games maybe. Like, I don't know. Rather not have Ja. Shelly, would you like to talk now?
Reed has a sneaky good vertical too.
So. Stop, dude, stop.
I'm not joking. It's like
you can't say sneaky because he's white. You could just say he has a good vertical.
No, I'm saying sneaky because people don't know.
He's athletic. I know. He plays in the
NBA.
Like, hold on.
I've seen him Graze dunk before. I've seen the divert.
Hold on. I
played on a really bad Kentucky team too.
He's a 42-inch vertical.
Okay, well, when you're 5'11", that doesn't.
Well, he's 6'1" on paper.
Yeah, so he's 5'11".
Guys, I was making a joke about him being able to jump like Ja.
It's funny,
which is not true, but I was making a
joke.
Which
he can jump like Ja now. Ja can't jump anymore.
That's another sad part about Ja. No, listen, off-season loading, we're good. We're coming back.
Yeah, we're getting into all the topics that we have no business getting into during the middle of a conference finals.
Yeah.
But hey, what can you do?
Knicks-Cavs.
Knicks-Cavs. Game 1, another impeccable game, back-to-back nights in the NBA where it was just
Overtime.
just a barn burner. I don't know how else to describe. It was wonderful 2 nights in a row. Game 3 is tonight as we're recording this on Thursday, so we don't know game 2 is tonight. We don't know the results of that yet. But game 1, Knicks 115, Cavs 104 in overtime. Another overtime game, back-to-back. I think it's the first time in NBA history that game 1s of both the East and the West went to overtime. Never happened before. So that was incredible. Mike Breen did a bang, but didn't finish the bang at the end of regulation. First time that's probably ever happened.
Back in the chamber. It's impressive.
Yeah, that was incredible. But Knicks, 22-point comeback with 7 minutes roughly left in the game. They went on an 18-1 run at one point. Jalen Brunson could not miss. Landry Shamet made an appearance. Like, what a fucking last 7 minutes. Because at that point, I'm going to be honest, I turned the TV off and just pulled it up on my laptop. I was like, we can go little screen for this. I don't need to pay too much attention. And all of a sudden I look up and I'm like, wait, it's 12 points. It's 6-point game. It just kept dwindling and dwindling down. And Jalen Brunson just completely took over with all the floaters, the mid-range, high up off the glass, just difficult to shots. Brought him back to life. The Cavs were just like hack-a-shacking Mitchell Robinson. Did y'all notice that in whatever second quarter, third quarter? It was just not fun to watch. But Mitch Robinson just like took over that game when he came in on defense, and then they were just like hack-a-shacking him the next quarter. Like, this fucking sucks. But yeah, I don't know. Fun game. But my mind was all over the place. Sheldon's just losing it.
He's got the giggles
for no reason.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know.
Admittedly, I was looking for a tweet to reference.
Go for it, buddy. Just bring it up.
I found the funniest. I'll die.
You found a meme. You're going to send it in the group chat, and you're not going to let anyone else know. Gatekeeping from the Apollo NBA show fans.
Listen, guys, if you want to know, join the Discord, and I will drop the link there. How about that?
That's true. Join our Patreon, Apollo HOU. We got a lot of fun stuff there. If you're into Houston sports, join the Discord. It's free just to join the Discord if you want to.
It's just the tweet says, "Let's get a table outside."
It's like 60 degrees in Texas.
No, shut up. It's not, but it's 73. Like it says, "Let's get a table outside," and then it says me, and it's Viola Davis just sweating. It's killing me because it's so relatable.
All right, Drew. What do you think about Knicks-Cavs game 1?
No, I think we'll save the bang for at the end of the game, but
the bang was crazy.
The biggest change or notice, the biggest thing that I noticed, Jesus Christ, was
dinosaurs in year 1.
Taking Josh Hart out and putting in Landry Shamet. Like, I think they outscored the Cavs like 44-11 once they sat Hart. So I wonder if they're gonna just start Shamet, right? Or at least bring him in a lot sooner in game 2.
Hart wasn't bad. No one was making threes. They were 2 of 19 at half, right? Like, they're not a single Nick was making any threes. But yeah, bringing him in and he just hits the most important 3 at the time, right? Was that the tie game? Did he tie it with that one? Yeah. So yeah, maybe. I don't know. I didn't think Josh Hart was bad. It's just no one was making threes and no one was making any shots really in the first half. They were kind of bad.
But it does add an extra element game, right? To where it's like, we know Josh Hart really isn't starter, going to be taking those shots. So if you have 5 guys who can theoretically all make threes, right? With Cat and Bridges and Anunoby and Brunson, like, now you have to really worry about, like, all right, now our defense is scrambling a little bit. We can't put 2 on Brunson and have Hart figure out, what to do with a 4-on-3. So yeah, I think it just added a lot more, and it allowed, Brunson to, just tear James Harden and a new one for 10 straight minutes. What's Kenny Atkinson doing? Like, why didn't he call timeout during that run? Like, I was watching the game and I was like, call timeout.
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't call it. He just wouldn't.
What are you waiting for? Like, I know you're up 22 and you think you have the game in hand, but like, all right, now you're only up 13. Now you're only up 9. Like,
when they were up 12, I can't believe that he didn't call a timeout.
He's part of the woke mob that doesn't believe in momentum.
Wow.
Jason Kidd.
He needs to.
Those are got to be the dumbest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Or they've
Really
just never
stupid.
watched a sporting event in their life.
That just brings me back to Jason Kidd's comment. I think 2 years ago, during the playoffs, and they're like, "Why didn't you call a timeout there?" He goes, "I don't know, guys. I'm just out there watching the game like you." We're like, "No, you're the coach. You're in charge of the
better
timeout."
not be.
That's a tough
That was a
one.
legit press conference quote from Jason Kidd, and I can't. That's what Kenny Atkinson did. He's like, "I don't know, guys. I'm just watching the game like you." That's
It
what
looked like he was. They panned him multiple times and be like, "He's going to call timeout," and he's just like this.
The arms crossed, just sitting there like, it'll be fine.
It's like, hey, man, maybe
It's like a toddler.
put him
It's
into like a T formation.
Yeah, he's like, you're not going to make me call a timeout. I don't care what you do.
I don't
I don't
have
care
any
if you guys can go on a 40-point run. I'm not gonna. You can't make me.
18-1 run, and you're just like, all right, now I'll call a timeout. All right, now I'll call it.
Are we surprised though? I mean, are we surprised that a team led by
Stop.
Harden
No, I'm just kidding.
and Mitchell?
No,
this
this is what the Cavs do, and this is what
Don't
the
wanna
Knicks
be
do.
that guy.
They've done it all season long. The Cavs have had crazy collapses, and the Knicks have had crazy comebacks all season long. This is what they do. That was the quintessential Knicks-Cavs game on both ends from this season. That's what it felt like to me. But it still was jarring when it happened because there was 7 minutes left. There's no way you should give up a 22-point lead with 7 minutes left. There's just no way
I know.
with multiple timeouts.
Did you see that
Multiple.
Harden was in? I think it was 9 isolations
Oh, no, they just went.
in the fourth quarter. I think alone.
Yeah, they just literally hunted him
That's
at
just,
the end.
yeah.
They were just
I
like,
mean,
okay,
Brunson
we
literally-
figured out how to get him out there and just like put him in like
Yeah.
the
It's
jaws
just
of death.
just stop switching. Like,
Just
do something else. I don't know. Like, even if you're not going to take them off the floor, figure something else out. I don't know.
Yeah, I just put like Schroeder in.
Stop switching.
Schroeder would be better. I felt like at that moment.
Dude,
Put Keon Ellis in. Like, could it be worse than
I
what
know.
James Harden was doing? I don't know.
They have to be kicking themselves, dude, because to win game 1 too, like
in the
on
garden.
like the away opponent, like the opponent's floor, like they had it wrapped. You know what I mean? Like
It's over.
that's not soul crushing, but it's definitely
it's a
crushing.
big deal when it feels like it's an even matchup and then that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tweeted out with maybe 9 minutes left in the game, the Drewski skit of him being the construction worker or whatever, and like he's got his work wife, and then he gets back to the car, he's like, "Shut up!" and with the kids and everything with his real wife, and like it's like it was a funny skit, and I was like me going from game 1 of Spurs-OKC to game 1 of
Yeah.
Knicks-Cavs, and then a 22-point comeback happens, and they go to OT. Like, yeah, I missed. I pulled the trigger a little too early on that one, and I
think
literally
we all
tweeted it
would've.
right after, and I was like, yeah, I think I tweeted this one a little too early, but I live with the consequences. I was fine with that. I was
They're
just
the best of us.
Donovan Mitchell was like really good too, like incredible, pretty much
I know,
the
you
whole
wasted
game.
a good D Mitch game. You wasted a good Evan Mobley game. Like
He was a negative 13. Mobley.
Yeah, because he was on the court during a 22-point comeback,
Right.
Which feels like not his fault because the coach
Mobley
just
had
refused to call a timeout.
14 rebounds and 3 blocks.
yeah, I mean they
He
wasted
was-
it, and they
he
have
was-
to win on the next court eventually, right?
He was
to win
6
the
of
series.
16
Yeah.
from the field. But
Well,
you
he
know,
had
that's
some
not
threes late in the game to ice it. Like he had some threes and he couldn't hit them.
that checks out.
Yeah, tough.
Dennis Schroeder was bad. I forgot about that. He was 109. +1 though. Don't forget.
I'm excited for the potential of getting a Landry Shamet versus SGA finals for the sake of the 2019 Clippers.
Okay.
Ooh,
Rest in peace to them.
perfect
all
defensive matchup. He knows his every move already. This is like the new LeBron stopper.
That's
when
right.
who was it that played with LeBron? They're like, oh, dude, he has all of LeBron's moves. He was his teammate.
Oh, it was PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
It was PJ Tucker when he got signed to Toronto. I think they're like, this is our LeBron stopper. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Wait,
but yeah, there's
I
been
don't think
multiple.
they. I don't think they were
stoppers.
ever teammates.
It was someone that was his teammate. I can't remember who it was.
Anthony Davis.
No.
No?
Mavs legend.
For 3 quarters, absolutely.
Wizards
He
legend.
really was, dude. It was sick.
I was
Those
in a
3
dark
quarters were
place
incredible.
during that game.
I was
because it
talking
was
so
against
much
the
shit to
Rockets.
Josh.
And I was just like, this freaking sucks.
I
How-
drove
how
down to
can he be
Houston to
right?
watch that game with all the Rockets fans too. We had a watch
But that
party.
felt good.
It was awesome, dude, for 3 quarters. And then AD got hurt and PJ Washington got hurt in like the same 3-minute span. I was like, this is a disaster.
one of those things that's not like the other.
Yeah. It felt like it at the time, but what can you do? Mitchell Robinson's truck. Do we want to talk about that? How does he drive that in New York City? I don't understand how he gets it anywhere.
Me.
Trucks take up too much space in Texas. It's crazy that you can.
Yeah, you can't. I can't imagine driving a truck in Dallas, where I live, let alone New York City. That type of truck too, that's just so jacked up and the biggest wheels of all time. I love Mitchell Robinson. Never changed, buddy. Never changed. It's a true Southern boy.
Yeah.
Is New York City the worst city to have a truck in?
In the U.S., yeah, has to be
Something,
right. Has to be.
I was just thinking when I lived in
Oh,
Hawaii, that was also like impossible to get around in a huge truck. The parking spaces were so small. Like if you're trying to get to like the good side of the island, like good luck.
I was gonna say
What island were you
Chernobyl
on?
before you said in the U.S.
That's why
Jesus Christ.
it's like
I'm
great
sorry.
limited series, by the way.
That's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about the disaster. I mean,
I kind of got
it'd
bored
be-
with it. in
it would be
episode
so
3. I
bad
didn't
to
even
watch
get
the
to it.
show in your truck.
You got bored with that series?
Yeah, like
that,
I got
that
the,
checks out though. He
It
doesn't.
was like I like history and stuff though. I just
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Keep going.
Great
All right.
miniseries.
and
I
OG
honestly don't even know.
OG Anunoby, bad game. Like fine, not even a good game, and they won it. Like that's Mikal Bridges was like pretty good though. Mikal Bridges had a
Solid.
pretty solid game. So
He's been good since he was struggling against Atlanta in those first 2 games.
Didn't
since
he hit the
just,
go-ahead
like,
3 at the end, or like toward the end?
I think he hit one
Or
to
the
go
time.
down 3, and then Shamet was the one to tie it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's what happened. So fun game.
So locked in.
You know, back-to-back games or back-to-back nights where I was like, this is why we league pass. You know,
This is why we
we
league pass.
basketball.
all these games on League Pass.
That's
Yeah,
right.
honestly,
This is
still
why
on
we
League Pass.
peacock.
I can't
This is
believe
why
Mike
it's
Breen,
Amazon Prime.
I can't believe Mike Breen banged it and didn't. He pulled the bang back. Like
First time he's
returned
never-
it.
Yeah, he's done that, right? I mean, I can't think
It
of
has to
time
be.
he's-
He was so ready to pull it too. Like that's the problem. Like you got to let it go through. You
And
got to
like,
see it through the hoop.
respect to Mike Breen too, because he's calling a bang against his own team.
team.
And that's, like he was ready to be like, bang, like
Dude.
against the Knicks, against his
Yeah.
his beloved New York Knicks. He was ready to pull the trigger on him.
So much respect for the guy. I
Mhm.
mean, if you ever watch Rockets games on the Rockets broadcast, Craig Ackerman will go nuts when the other team does something cool. And it's like a little frustrating, but you're like, I get it. That
Yeah.
was pretty sick.
Yeah.
The Hornets guy does that too.
He does.
He's awesome.
He just goes nuts for everything. I love it.
The
It's
free
so
throw
good.
game where they came back and hit free throws and he's just losing his mind at the
I
free
love
throws.
it. He's like,
Well, Eric Collins, right?
Yeah, I think
Josh
so.
Josh does it the best. He does that so good. What a time. Yeah, the bang comes out like we're going overtime. Like that was just like, that's the first time I'm like, oh, Mike's getting old. Called the bang too early. It's
I
getting
mean,
old.
it did look like it was going in.
No, it wasn't in and out.
It was in and out.
Good burgers, terrible fries.
Solid burgers, awful fries. Yeah.
The fries are just like abysmal. I can't even. It's ridiculous.
We're talking about the In and Out restaurant. I was
Yeah,
like,
you
what
said
are
it.
we-
No, I don't know.
No, Stone. If you just cover them in a bunch of stuff that distracts you
Yeah,
from
if
the
you
taste of
add
the French
17
fries,
things to them and then make the fries extra well done, they're like normal fries, except for they're still bad, so you still have to add all the other
We
shit
are all
to
on the same page here. Shake Shack is literally like it doesn't even
thank you
compare,
for saying
dude.
that. Thank you for
Yeah,
saying
I
that.
mean it's like Shake Shack versus In and Out. It's like what do we
Now,
like the tiers? We're not even like in the same
I
region.
will say you are paying 3 times as much to eat at Shake Shack. So I will hear people on the cost effectiveness of In-N-Out. But overall, like quality and experience, no thanks.
And like
I need
the drive-in line at In and Out is like absurd.
on the street
Like they
every
take
time.
way too long. No, it's not.
Are you eating this in the car? Like, just give me the fucking food. Don't give me an option if I want it open or like in a box. Like, just give me the fucking bag.
It's all these people just
put
pretending.
the fucking fries in the bag. Except for don't hold the fries. I don't want the fries. Just give me
Everybody just wants to be liked, so they have to be like, I went to In-N-Out the other day. Isn't that so cool? I like In-N-Out. It's fresh. Blah blah blah. It's like the hamburger, like Crimea River.
Like Wendy's is fresh, never frozen.
You know what? I like McDonald's more than In-N-Out.
McDonald's hits every time.
Oh, dude, it's so good. I understand it's awful for me, but the salt is just so good.
It's the salt, yeah.
It's the salt, man.
It wins.
That's burger talk.
Quarter pounder with cheese is just, man.
The two cheeseburger meal.
I'm about to say that's my go-to as well.
Yeah.
Number 7 or 9.
That's pretty good.
It used to be 7. I think they switched it to 9 now. Yeah. What can you do?
Chat, let us know in the comments.
What's your favorite McDonald's meal?
Shout out Whataburger.
Super Smash Burger, that subscribe button. Shout out to Whataburger. I don't know, man.
Spicy ketchup, man. It just makes every meal so
like
good.
Whataburger's offerings are great. The experience is so frustrating.
It's not great, but hey.
It's like, hey,
it's bacon cheeseburger and fries and a milkshake, like DoorDash every once in a while.
I'm planning on eating dinner in 3 hours. I should probably go hop in the drive-through line.
Oh, you should hop in the drive-through line.
The ghosts are back. Do we even want to talk about Jason?
Right here.
Do we want to talk about Jason Kidd?
If you want to get your spiel off, go ahead.
I think you do, and that's all that matters.
I don't.
To me.
I just asked pre-show, and y'all were like, you should talk."
Well, listen, I thought he was a good coach, and apparently he, like many coaches, should not be in charge of very, very important personnel decisions consistently.
Shocking.
Involved, not in charge.
I think Jason Kidd's a really good playoff coach. I think he's a average regular season coach, which for this team specifically would not work going forward. Even if you do bring Kyrie Irving back and you have Cooper Flag, like you have 2 really good pieces, but you don't have the rest of the team to go around it to fix it. I don't know. I thought Jason Kidd was a good coach, not a great coach, good in the playoffs. But yeah, when you're very, very, very involved in the worst trade of all time in basketball history, you shouldn't be here anymore.
Solid point. How about you give us a quick who do you want to take over?
Understanding that Jamal Mosley has already been hired.
And Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, good.
Oh, honestly.
Maybe. But like Sean Sweeney, he was the reason that Jason Kidd's defenses were actually really good for the Mavericks when they had good defenses. He was the guy running that. He is the one that came up with the whole defensive system, and Jason Kidd just kind of let him do it. He's a young and up-and-coming coach. He's not someone that's going to come in and expect to win now immediately, all those kinds of things. Someone that's a really good developer as well. I think Sean Sweeney would be my number 1 choice because he's also been with the Mavericks in the past. Like, he knows the organization, whatever. Yeah. That's good with me. Billy Donovan, good coach, I think. Like, I wouldn't hate him, but I don't know if he wants to come here and kind of go through some growing pains with a team. So those would be my first 2. I know John Shire's out there, and I just don't want a college coach. That's just kind of where I'm at. I don't need a college coach.
Gosh, I hope they hire John Shire so much.
I don't need it, and I love Duke and everything. I don't want to have to do.
I don't know why he would leave. Like, why would he? Because Coop. Like, why would he leave his situation anyways?
You're getting paid probably the same amount at Duke as you would, if not more, than
I just don't know why you would. Yeah, I feel like he's in a good. He's young enough. He just got that Duke. I mean, it's not like he's been the head coach at Duke for a long time, anyways. Like, why would
3 years, right? Yeah. So you have it made there too. Like, you just have the name, and you have Coach K helping you out, and like, I don't know. It seems like a good spot, but so give me the up and coming analytical brain coach that's been an assistant for several years. That kind of feel, as opposed to the guy that's needing to come in and win now. If it's Billy Donovan, I'm happy with that. Like, I think he's a good coach, and it would be fine, but give me the analytical, brainy nerd coach that's going to come in and kind of learn and take the lumps with this team. That's where I'm at.
Said by a true Dolphins fan with Mike McDaniels. Like, you want that nerd coach, don't you?
But that's football, and I was screaming from the mountaintops, don't sign like the analytical nerdy. Like he hadn't even been an offensive coordinator. That's for another thing. I was just like, just hire the ex-head coach that's had success, please God, and they didn't do that. And then they didn't do it again this time. So,
that's how you end up like the Steelers hiring Mike McCarthy.
Honestly, 9-8 sounds good. Like,
would you rather
9-8
die?
Sounds great.
Rodgers coming back.
You don't believe that. You don't mean that.
No, I will say 8-8 was my like almost in my entire like upbringing with the Dolphins, with the occasional 10-6 season or the 3-13 season. You know, it was just 8-8, 7-9, 9-7, which isn't that fun, but at least it's better than what I did last year. I don't know, but yeah, Jason Kidd got fired, so cool. Whatever. Yeah. If you have any part in the Luka trade, you have to be let go. Jason Kidd was fired, and Riccardi was also fired.
What's his name? Kind of fired himself, Dumont, by hiring a president.
Yeah, no, he just put Masai in charge of everything, and I think that's the way to do it, because that's what he let Nico do, and Nico obviously was not the basketball savant or like proven GM at the time. Like Nico had a guy that's now running the Pistons that is making the Pistons good and made them into a playoff team and like the number 1 seed in the East. Like he's the one moving all the moves behind the scenes and not the actual GM. So when you have that guy, it was fine to have Nico. And now that guy was gone, Nico had to go. Jason Kidd has to go. Riccardi has to go. I don't know. We're on the up and up. Shout out Masai. Shout out Schmitz. Let's see what happens during the draft. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
Yep. You can have Ime Udoka.
No. Hard pass. I've seen what that guy does with a good team.
You take him to the finals.
I haven't seen him with the Rockets.
It's a good sign that your team is going to go to the finals the next year if Ime Udoka can get him there. I'm just kidding. He's a fine coach. He just grinds up against my sensibilities.
I think he would make the Mavs a lot better, sure, but
This is never going to happen.
No,
I'm sorry, bro.
Like in theory, like if he was the coach of the Mavs, yeah, they get better, but no, they're still not. They're not getting past round 1 if they even make the fucking playoffs. I don't know. I have no faith in him in the playoffs anymore. Anything else before we get out of here? Do we have any other breaking news?
How do we feel about our predictions?
I feel pretty content with mine.
What did we say? Knicks in 6, OKC in 7 for me, Andrew, and then you said Spurs in 6.
I think I said 6.
You said 6. You said they wouldn't win
because I don't think they can win in OKC in Game 7. So yeah, I said Spurs in 6. I feel fine.
Yeah.
I think I do. After last night, it feels like a good response to getting punched in the mouth by OKC. So I wouldn't be surprised if they win tomorrow night, and then it's home court advantage again. Especially if Harper has to miss,
right?
Which I'm assuming he will at least one game.
No, the FanDuel guy kept him out
with a hamstring though. Like especially if you're a guard, like your whole thing is running around,
and him like being so physical with that, you know.
Yeah. Gosh, it's so stupid.
It's Carter Bryant time, baby.
It is.
It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be. Him and McLaughlin.
Harrison Barnes, welcome back.
Harrison Barnes,
Hall of Famer. People forget.
Harrison Barnes is the kind of player that a good player on the team you're playing against gets injured, and you're like, oh, thank God we don't have to face that guy now. And then Harrison Barnes comes in and just scores like 12 points every game, and he's the reason you lose. And you're like, what was even the point? I don't know if he'll do that, but that's like his profile to me.
No, I think he was a minus 9 or 13 in 5 minutes.
I'm not saying he was particularly good. I'm just saying
I wouldn't say just like good in that one, but what can you do? All right, Cavs Knicks tonight. Didn't talk about it obviously as this comes out Friday night. As you're listening to this Spurs-OKC Game 3, we're pumped for it. Any last words before we get out of here?
I'm good.
Any last words? You about to kill me?
I'm gonna stop the recording.
Oh, so you're kind of killing me in this version of me.
You can keep talking afterwards in the backstage. So
no, I'll just keep talking now. Just let this moment last as long as possible.
I can stop it whenever I want. You won't get your buy-in.
Let's see. Bye. Everyone should check out Beetle Moses on Twitter. He does really funny comics that are funny to me.
Okay.
You should all start playing chess so that we can play. Drew played me once, and then he just randomly resigned midway through the game and hasn't played me since then.
He's a kid. People forget.
I have to,
Wait, did I randomly resign or did I just lose?
You definitely resigned, but maybe because you were so much better than me, you were like, I'm in a losing position. I might as well resign, and I just didn't even see it.
No, I really think I resigned because I was like, oh, I lost.
Oh, dang. Respect, dude. I'm so freaking good at chess.
You are. No, we'll play again. The problem with that one is like we're trying to play. It's a 24-hour game, and with chess, I need to be like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. I'm playing a 24-hour game with a buddy right now. This is like our fourth one in a row, and every single time he makes a move, I got to go back and look at like the last 5 moves.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We got to play a 10-minute. All right.
Come on, Stone. It's not that hard to pick up. It's just one of the most.
I know how to play chess.
The most intricate games out there.
I know how to play chess. I grew up playing chess. Me and my dad would play on the kitchen table before dinner sometimes. That'll do it for the Apollo NBA show. We'll be back on Sunday night to record. So for Monday morning, more than likely, you'll have a new episode in your subscription box if you hit subscribe button on YouTube at Apollo NBA show or on audio podcast platforms like Apple and Spotify. We have video on Spotify right now. We're waiting on Apple and Megaphone to actually upload the MP4 and video file on there. But eventually we'll have video there, which will be pretty cool. So hit that subscribe button there. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at the Apollo NBA show. Follow and subscribe to NBA Nightman. Drew's individual stuff. He's got a bunch of stuff. He had a new video out yesterday, I believe, last night, this morning, something like that. Go check out NBA Nightman. It's got a lot of good stuff for NBA content if you need more. And we'll be back very, very soon with another episode of the Apollo NBA show.
You got to pay the troll toll.